Greetings, beautiful people. This is SB Favor Thinking Podcast, and my name is SB Favor. How are you doing today? It is Friday, March 26, 2021. Another wonderful day and another day to be thankful. It is so important to be thankful. It is so important to focus on what is good because, as I always say, if you focus on what is good, then you can project something good to happen. So focus on what is good. If you are traveling, running your errands, or just enjoying the sun, make sure that you still use your hand sanitizer and wear your mask. The pandemic is not over, so please don't let your guard down and think that you could just walk around carefree because people are still getting sick. So please keep yourself safe and keep your family members safe. It is so important that we do our part as individuals to be safe. So please keep yourself safe. Well, I just want to talk to you about current events and some things that's on my mind because this is, SB Favorite Thinking, right? I've been thinking about the importance of awareness and being alert. Recently, I've got a call from a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, and she called me up and gave me some bad news. And after we got off the phone, I started thinking about how throughout the day you can just have your day and do whatever it is you normally do, and then all of a sudden the day changes, the day shifts into something according to what is going on, a circumstantial situation, emergency, a crisis, a family situation. I started thinking about that, how the day just instantly changes. My mom used to say, you never know what the day will bring. And that is so true. Because as you are having your day, you just never know what's going to happen. You can't walk around and just think negative and project something negative to happen. So, you got to keep your mind on what's positive and what's good. But there is an alertness that we should all have. There is an awareness that we should all have. And the awareness is be prepared always. I believe that is a scripture in the Bible. And I know religious folks, see that in a certain way, be prepared always, because when you hear that phrase, be prepared always, they think about, well, Jesus is coming back. Well, we do have to be prepared for that too. But each day we wake up, we have to be prepared always. Live diligently, live with an alertness and awareness of just life itself. And like I said, I'm not saying that you should project something negative to happen, but you should wake up each day with a level of awareness and a level of alertness to function, an awareness to have a good day, but also a day of being focused. Because when I think about the word awareness, I believe that it deals with being focused. I mean, some people are not focused. Some people, unfortunately, they walk through the day totally distracted with social media, distracted by the things that are not important. But when you are alert and aware and you live with that conscience of being aware of what's going on in front of you and what's going on in life, when you live that way, then guess what? You can be prepared always. Now, sometimes some things can catch us off guard because we don't know what's going to happen next. But if you're one of those people that pray always, and if you're one of those people that journal and you connect to God constantly, then guess what? You're one of those people, you might not have a problem when certain things happen. I'm not saying that you won't have a reaction to certain things, but at least by fortifying your spirit, by praying and staying alert and staying aware and having a focus each day, you will be one of those people that walk in strength. You'll be one of those people that won't be greatly affected by certain things. And also you may be one of those people that you probably won't even be surprised when certain things happen. So we have to have an alertness and an awareness. And if we live that way each day, by praying, by staying focused, then we fortify our spirit. We cannot live distracted and pulled and toss to and fro, as the Bible says, just doing things just to do whatever it is we're doing. Unfortunately, young people don't live with that level of urgency to think that they should have a focus, or they don't live with that urgency to think that they should have an alertness and awareness. And so that's how some people live carelessly. But we all should live with an alertness and having an awareness, because when we live like that, we have a focus and we connect ourselves to God enough to fortify our spirit. I hope that everyone is having a good day. And so that was on my mind, because after I spoke to my dear friend Angie, I started thinking about that. Angie called me and she told me her son suddenly passed away in a car accident. And when we were talking over the phone, I started thinking about that, how the day shifts when you just don't know what's going to happen. And like I said, we cannot walk around thinking negative things and morbid things. No, live your life. But keep in mind that you should always keep an alertness and awareness. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, the last time I did a podcast episode, I was talking about maintaining your thought life. Well, I just want to touch on that a little bit. Make sure you continue to do that. Maintenance your thought life. Make sure that you maintenance your thought life by keeping yourself filled with the things that give you life, peace, and joy. I had to throw that in there because we have to be reminded of how we should think. I'm reminded, so I'm reminding you. Also, I just wanted to give my commentary about the incident with Kirk Franklin and his son, because people ask me, well, SB, what do you think about what happened with Kirk Franklin and his son? Well, guess what? All families have problems and issues and conflict. And sometimes as individuals, we are not a perfect work completed. So we all have to do the work as individuals to get along with the next person. And unfortunately, family members have unresolved issues, and so Kurt and his son, that's something they have to work through. Both people. I can't take sides to the matter and say, well, Kurt was wrong and or his son was wrong. Both people are wrong, but a father is still a father and a son is still a son, meaning that a child should always respect their parent. But our duty is to pray for Kurt and to pray for his son. We being on the outside, because Kurt is a public figure, we don't have the right to put our mouth on him or to put our mouth on his son. So we got to be careful what we say. We should be diligent to simply just pray for them. That's what our duty is, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. And when you speak negative things about somebody else, guess what? It can potentially come right back to your doorstep. So be careful what you say about others. Well, there was another current event that took place since the last time I did a podcast episode, and it was about the relationship expert Derek Jackson from Facebook, right? He's a social media relationship expert guru. That's what they're calling him. I never really too much followed the guy on Facebook. I've heard a couple things he said about cheating, the way men cheat, and I heard what he said about relationships. And like I said, I never followed him, but I have heard a few things that he has stated. And I must say that we should never look to anyone to be perfect, because the only one is perfect is God. So if you put all of your stock into this guy and believed every word he said, because now the public is saying that Derek is not the person that he displayed to the public. He unfortunately did some things in secret outside of his marriage, which is his business, but he is seen to be someone that is a hypocrite now, because the very thing that he told the public, he did himself in secret. But anyway, my commentary toward that is this. The only one that is perfect in this life is God. And so if you put all your stock into someone thinking that they will never mess up, thinking that they will never make a mistake, then guess what? You're the fool. So this guy, Derek, he is a public social media figure. He's human. I'm not giving him a pass to, be a hypocrite or cheat on his wife. But guess what? All of us have the potential to mess up. I like to encourage people. Does that mean that I'm never discouraged? If I said that to you, I would be lying, because I do have days where I have to fight through discouragement. So somebody might say, oh, well, you seem to be a type of person that's always upbeat and inspired always. That would be a lie if I told you that. No, I have days where they are challenging. Now, I don't have bad days, because I don't call the day bad. I call days challenging days. So when I have a challenging day, what I do is I fight through it. But like I said, if you're one of those people that listen to Derek Jackson and you looked at him as if he was some type of perfect person, well, guess what? The joke's on you, because we should never look at anybody as if they are so together that they cannot mess up. Unfortunately, he said some things to the public and his private life represented something different. Guess what? That's between him and God. But for those of you that focused on him just being this person that he said he is, I'm not saying look at somebody negatively, but you have to remember, people are human and we all have the potential to mess up. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We should never put anybody on such a high stage like they are God, because the only person that is perfect is God. So like I said, that's all I'm going to say about that. And me and Rebecca should be back next Tuesday. This month is almost over. Can you believe that? March is just blowing right on through, and then April is about to shine. So I am looking forward to bringing you some good content. I have a few guests lined up over the next few weeks, and the information is going to be, some good informative details. So stay tuned for that, and keep listening to SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at sbfavorite@yahoo.com via email. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SBFavor. I also have a YouTube channel. Please click like, please click the bell, and leave me some feedback. And if you click the bell, you will receive a notification each time there is a new episode of SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. So click that bell and make sure that you share the podcast with others. It's very important that you do that. I thank you so much. And if you would like to make a donation to the podcast, you can make that donation at Cash App, $SB Favor. And I appreciate that. And thank you so much for listening, and you have a good day.